Bort and Menji are the Woody Show production department. This is the Menji part of the Bort and Menji duo. Yeah. So how's everything going on the show so far?
So far, so good.
Biggest surprise
is, I guess, going behind the kitchen and seeing how the show is made.
Oh, yeah, because he had listened to the show.
Good food reference.
For once, we hired somebody who'd listened to the show before they worked here.
That's fun.
Yeah, usually it doesn't happen all the time, but it's nice because people have then a frame of reference on.
Right.
Oh, yeah, I have a frame of reference on all of the lore and everything that's going on and all that good stuff.
That's good. And so he was working at a radio station not far from here where my wife actually works part-time. And it was so weird, like the whole way it played out, because we had posted for the position once Caroline left, and all these submissions came in, people over 300 plus applications. And then I had Bort and some other people going through and narrowing it down.
Right.
And then they say, hey, what's the name of that station that your wife works for? We had a couple people apply from there, and they were both named Andrew. I thought that was really strange.
Menji,
Do you know
did
the
you
other
know
Andrew?
That? Yeah.
I did not. Okay, so
There were like three, right? Because there was you, there was another one who still works there, and then there was some other guy who, the other guy is the one who applied, who I guess doesn't work there anymore.
Oh, really?
And so my wife was like, oh my God, he's so great.
Nice. Vouch.
She loves Menji.
Thank you.
And,
Thank you, Jen.
Yeah, and so so I'm like, okay, good. That made me feel a little bit better.
Yeah.
And then Bort had already, picked his stuff out of the pile, and then we had another guy working on it. So it all worked out. He's been here for 2 months. He hasn't quit yet. That's good.
Good sign.
That's good. Yeah, the hours are what they are. That was the biggest thing I always tell people when we're talking to them in the interviews. I'm like,
don't be shocked.
You've heard about the hours, right?
Right,
Like,
you're well aware. I hope.
yeah. So we're gonna get to know Menji a little bit better. That way, everybody has a better frame of reference on the different people on the show. We've done this every time people join. Questions. There's this one thing we talked about at one point where if you ask, they say any two people get together, and if you discuss these 100 questions, which we're not going to go through, by the end of it, any two people will fall in love.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
And there was like some kind of science-y research study kind of thing behind
Intimacy,
it.
vulnerability.
Yeah. So at the very least, you'll probably end up really liking each other or friends.
Yeah, the falling in love is a bit hyperbolic.
Well,
Right.
Greg, it worked for us.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, true. All right, so we're going to get to know Menji here. Menji, tell us your life story in 90 seconds.
Oh, boy. Okay, so I've been in radio for about 11 years now. And right out of high school, I really didn't want to go to college. I just knew I wanted to work in film or television or something. So I took a bunch of freelance gigs. I really picked up whatever I could in like the post-production side of things. And eventually I started getting more audio gigs. And that led me to actually take some college courses just to understand what the hell I was doing. Because I had no idea what I was doing. I was just kind of like stumbling through.
What's the lost phase of life?
Right.
Nobody's quite sure where you're going yet.
Got into radio, mainly on the video side, like marketing and like there was news and all that kind of stuff. And eventually made my way to on air, doing even like a small little morning show as well. And as a matter of fact, we ended up hiring Jen at some point as a board op there. And in 2020, when everything was shut down, I actually shot my first feature documentary. So that was pretty cool. I followed
about what
bodybuilder Tony Pearson as he prepared for his
bodybuilder.
Yeah,
I follow a lot of those guys.
Yeah, I know that guy.
Yeah. Bort actually might know him. He was known as the Jet Man over something that Vince McMahon put together.
Okay.
But he was preparing for his final like competition before retirement, and so I did a whole documentary on there, and I finished it in 2023. So if you want to check it out, it's called Driven.
Where do you see it?
Anywhere, Amazon Prime, Apple TV.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
Driven, the Tony Pearson story.
So do you make money on that? Like if people,
absolutely not.
People go. I don't know how that works. Like if it's on Amazon Prime, I would think
like can you rent it or is it just available for you?
You can rent it. The distributor company is like not working so great for me.
Oh no!
Oh no, I shouldn't say that.
But you did it for love, right? It was the passion of making a documentary film.
Yes, and I got to meet a lot of cool people along the way, like Fabio. Y'all know Fabio.
Fabio.
Documentary.
He's name dropping already.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and then ended up here this year,
yes.
2025.
And really, just totally honest. I had no idea that I was actually applying for the Woody Show.
Yeah, because it didn't say that in the ad.
Yeah.
It said they were looking for a production person.
Was that on purpose?
No, because I'm not in charge of that.
Yeah,
I don't. I go,
Didn't
hey,
even say?
no, because I'll say this. I'll say to like Bort and a couple other people. I go, hey, let's get the ad going, and then they do it however they do it.
Right.
I have no idea. I don't see the ad. I don't.
Well, they say also like when they're posting for jobs that like they can't edit it. Like it's already like pre-written.
Oh, I got
So they can't even put like what hours we worked or anything like that.
Oh,
Which is very
what-
important.
What's your favorite movie, TV show, and band?
All right, favorite movie is actually a whole franchise, The Evil Dead.
Evil Dead.
Oh, yeah.
Love
A lot of people
Evil
love
Dead.
that.
Just because of the campiness of it, it's really fun. I love that they just announced a new Evil Dead movie. I wasn't expecting another one, but they announced The Evil Dead Burn.
Didn't they do one, The Evil Dead Rises or something like that?
Yeah, that one just came out. I love that one.
That one was decent.
If you don't like gore, don't do it though.
Yeah.
Okay.
TV show.
TV show Cobra Kai.
Love it.
A
A lot of people
Yeah.
love it.
Menace
Yeah.
was all about that for a minute.
Yeah, the first season.
Yeah, and then it kind of fell off.
Yeah.
Yeah, super cool show. Love I wasn't really big into Karate Kid until Cobra Kai.
Same,
Like,
I
just
get it.
jumped right
Wow.
Like the
No.
OG Karate
Yeah, so-
Kid, Sammy, really?
I watched Cobra Kai before I saw Karate Kid.
What?
Oh my
And then I was like, I should go back and watch Karate
So
Kid. I
you
love
don't
Cobra
have,
Kai.
Sammy.
You don't have the nostalgia factor.
No, it's just a great show.
Favorite band?
Favorite band. It changes from time to time, but right now I'm on a Slipknot kick.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Dude,
Yeah.
you and Bored between the Evil Dead,
this is
Meant to
Slipknot.
be.
Just make love already.
Yeah.
Are these questions not to fall in love or what?
We are getting to know Menji, who's working with Bort in the Woody Show production department. So, next question: what's the coolest thing that's ever happened to you?
All right, I got two. One really quick happened actually at the Disney Takeover event. I was exiting the Guardians ride with my group of friends, and we overhear over the loudspeakers Woody announce, the start of the takeover and then introducing everyone, and then name drop and the newest member of the Woody Show, Menji, and all of my friends were like, "Hey,
That's cool.
this guy
That's
here."
cool.
So that was really
It is
cool.
weird, like walking around the park as a lifelong Disney fan, and you hear your own voice,
Yeah.
like pumping through the park,
And
and
then-
you see your name and
strange.
like in our
Cartoon
case, the
lights.
logo of the show. It's all over the place. It's
Yeah.
like it's pretty wild. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and so the second coolest thing that has ever happened to me is working on the show.
Oh.
Working on the coolest and
You're allowed to be
gassiest-
honest right
you've,
now.
already, you've already been hired, man. You're already,
No,
I mean, did you live a life at all?
yeah. Well, the Woody Show was a big part of it.
yeah.
So,
And so,
I
but
love
you,
that.
So you are a stepdad,
Yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah, step parents.
I'm right
Woo-hoo.
there with Gina.
and then
All right.
it's a daughter.
Daughter.
How old?
4 years old.
4 years old. Okay.
And love her to bits.
Yeah. So when you're in that phase of life, as Gina or I or now Menji will tell you, it's not like you had a life before this job, waking up at 1 o'clock in the morning and doing those things. It's not like you were doing a ton of stuff anyway.
Yeah.
No,
You know?
it's not a lot that
Yeah.
I do a ton of stuff now, like right after the show.
Share an embarrassing moment from your life.
All right, here we go. Once I was leaving in a friend's apartment after hanging out, and I ordered an Uber to go home. We're waiting outside. We're talking. The car pulls into a parking space, and I walk towards the passenger seat, and the door is locked, and I keep trying to open it, and then there's a lady inside of it, and she's yelling, and she's doing hand motions and all kinds of stuff. And I'm like, what the hell? Why aren't you opening the door? Oh, maybe she wants me to go to the back, because that's how that works. But it turns out I open up the Uber app and it's the wrong car, and
No.
I was just freaking out this lady for however long.
I think
it
that's
felt.
fairly common.
I was
People
gonna
trying to
say,
get
dude,
into other people's cars.
If this is the most embarrassing, you've so lucked out.
Yeah.
Try-
You are very lucky.
Try
man.
owning a black Prius. Everybody would do that to you.
Oh my
like,
God.
And
Yeah.
just wait, you'll have plenty of embarrassing moments around here.
I was just
Yep.
so apologizing profusely because she was all shaken up, and I'm like,
Yeah.
thankfully the actual Uber car like pulled up a few seconds later, so I wasn't like standing there like a psycho.
What is your most irrational fear, or the
Lo-
weirdest thing that freaks you out?
Oh, okay. Loss of control.
Mm.
Just whether it's like motor function or just I'm in a situation where there's like no escape. Like Joe Coy in the airplane where it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
there's nothing you can do.
Right.
There's absolutely nothing you
Joe
can do.
Coy's in that emergency situation. They had to make an emergency landing.
There was a fire in the plane.
The fire, yeah. What's your biggest pet peeve?
All right. Biggest pet peeve is people that use haha or LOL in every single text message.
Oh, remind me not to text you.
As if it were the period to the sentence. Like you're not ha-haing, you're not laughing out loud. I don't even want to talk to you anymore.
Yeah,
Whoa.
I guess it's a way to because there's no
gives
tone or
context.
context,
Yeah.
right?
It's a way to soften something you're saying.
Right.
Yeah. What's something people always assume about you that is totally wrong?
That I'm white.
That you're what?
That
Oh,
you're
you're
white?
white.
I'm white. Yeah, I look it, but I'm actually not. My dad is from El Salvador and my mom is from Mexico. But I get all the privilege. Of
Dude,
being
somebody on the text just asked if you were El Salvadorian.
Oh, well, hey, there you go.
Is Menji a common nickname or something?
Menjivar is a common last name
I
for
see.
Okay.
El Salvador.
Yeah.
Wow.
How did
See.
that work out between your mom being Mexican and your dad being
Yeah, there's
Salvadorian?
mega beef between Mexicans and
Apparently
Salvadorans.
there's beef. Apparently my grandpa on my mom's side really hated my dad.
Yeah, that,
But then he got...
we hear about this.
A lot, all over like soccer, right?
and then it all worked
I'm
out.
saying it was where it started, right? Is
Oh,
that
I
where
don't
that
know.
beef started?
Eventually he got deported back to Mexico. So
I
yeah.
wonder how that happened.
Your parents are still together?
they
Yeah,
were
somebody
still
called
together,
ICE.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it was the other family member.
Yeah.
All right, so if your house caught fire and you could make one last safe dash to save one item. Now, this is after loved ones and pets.
Right.
What would you grab and why?
Well, after being a step parent, I don't really have much. There is one thing that I have that has sentimental value to me, and it's this like little wooden horse toy that I used to have as a little child.
Oh.
And it's on, it has wheels and you pull it and all
The
that. kind of
Trojan
stuff.
horse?
Yeah.
I'm saying, isn't that kind of like what the...
I mean, that's what it looked like.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
And so I would probably run in and just grab that one thing because everything else I feel like is just totally
Yeah.
replaceable.
Yeah.
We're getting to know Menji, who works in the Woody Show production department. If a crystal ball could tell you the truth about anything, like what would you want to know?
When and how I'm going to die.
Thank you.
I love
Interesting.
it.
That's
Oh my
that's a
God.
very common.
I'm on board.
Greg, there's another
thing.
one of us.
I
Yeah.
know.
Okay, so
Gina,
I
totally
now
on
Menji.
have an explanation for this.
Sammy's shaking her head.
Absolutely not. No, thank
yes.
you.
Yeah, but wouldn't you want to? You are a person who likes details and to prepare.
Exactly, and this is about efficiency
And you can,
because if
you could prepare.
if you find out it's going to be in about a month, you're like,
great.
cool, I'm
Yeah.
having ice cream for dinner.
I'm out.
I like to prepare, but I'm not a super curious person when it comes to like if somebody's like, "Oh my god, this is so gross. You have to see it." I don't. Like
But-
I don't like to know things like that.
But
I
wouldn't
have
you
to.
want to know how much time you have left so you can make the most of
No.
that time? Or are you just constantly living your life like there is no tomorrow?
Right, exactly. That is how I
Okay.
live my life
Something-
already.
Something tells me I
But
don't
no,
believe
because
that.
I would have anxiety of every single day of going like, oh, I wasted a day and I only have 15 years and 17 days left, and
Don't
it would
waste it.
stress me
Make the most
out.
of
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What, if anything, do you have any guesses? Have you thought about that? Because Greg and I have.
I know. I think I have
Yeah.
at least a year left.
Uh,
I
No,
hope.
but you sit around and you go,
How's
wonder,
it
like,
going to
what would-
happen?
Yeah, like how it might happen, or
like basically daily, but it's more about the when than the how.
yeah, like when I was younger, before I turned 40, I was convinced that I'd be dead before I was 40. Like
Why?
for some reason, I had this weird gut feeling that I was going to die young,
Huh.
and to me that meant like I wasn't going to make it to 40.
I had
That's-
something
that
similar.
would
But
be-
now I'm 48, so
So you're living on
did
borrowed
it.
yeah,
time.
I'm on borrowed time already.
Really?
so.
Definitely had something similar during the COVID times, 2020.
Yeah.
Because that's when I was 27. I'm like, oh, that's the whole 27 club thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Am I going to make it past 2020?
Yeah. Well, we're getting to know Menji. What, if anything, is too serious to be joked about?
Oh, man. I thought we were going to join fun here.
This is one of the same questions we ask in the interview to make sure that someone's not super uptight. And we tell them we'll keep their application on file.
Oh, boy. Well, I'm going to say school shootings.
Okay.
School shooting. Here's the thing. I feel like everyone can try to make light and laugh about every single thing, but not everyone will laugh with you. And, that's very evident with this show.
Yeah.
But for me, it's school shootings.
I did hear one funny joke about that topic that I would like to repeat
Okay,
now.
please.
To
I'd like
see-
to very
to
much
see
to
if we
hear.
can
Yeah, test it.
Let's see if we can
if
change
we can
Menji's
sway
mind.
Menji, and I
Okay.
can't recall her name. I'm sure I can Google it and find it out. She just opens her set with, "Oh man, there are so many school shootings these days. It's hard to pick a favorite." Not my joke, but I laughed out loud.
But it just hit Greg the right
It
way.
really
you know?
did. You know, some things just hit you.
Yeah.
Benji, why
No?
are you
Benji,
smiling
what do you
so
think?
much?
Not a
Why do you think
smile.
that was so funny?
Yeah.
Oh my
No,
God,
I'm just-
that's so
yeah,
insensitive.
I mean, that's disgusting.
I find
really
that
is disgusting.
I
Oh
find
my
that
gosh.
offensive that
Yeah.
you enjoyed that.
All right, last one, bonus question, because we went through the 10 questions. What celebrity do you irrationally hate and why? We've talked about this, and there's always people we're adding to our list.
Jimmy Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon.
I irrationally hate Jimmy Fallon.
Jimmy's the best.
Every time I see him, it's like, okay, when are you going to like forcibly laugh? Like it's this over the top.
Yeah, right. The hand clap. I know it's radio. You can't see what he's doing, but that was actually
pretty
that was pretty good. Yeah.
Channeled Jimmy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, Jimmy Fallon. I irrationally hate them.
Well, there's Menji, everybody.
All right.
I think we know a lot more than we did
I feel much closer to Menji.
10 minutes ago,
Yeah.
or however long it's been since we started doing these questions. But Menji, thank you for coming in. Welcome to the team, even though you've been here for a couple of months. He did tell me the other day, Seabass has not said a word to him in 2 months.
Who's surprised?
No.
Yeah,
And he's not
that
even here
track.
in the studio right
Who's
now.
No,
surprised.
yeah, he's not even in here right now for this. He's in there. I know he's in the office.
Yeah, I saw him.
Yeah, he's
Toilet.
I thought he would
nothing
want to
yet.
ask questions.
nothing.
I think he did acknowledge me at one point by trying to avoid me. Like he saw me and then did that.
Oh, that's-
big-
That's
yeah,
normal.
turn.
He did the robot.
The weird
arms.
robot
Yeah.
turn
And then
walk,
turns.
That's
Yeah.
his welcome.
All right, more Woody shows next. Hang on.
Fellow comrades in mediocrity, I want you to listen very carefully. You can all go straight to hell.
Woody Show. Alt 98.7. LA's new alternative.